In our Ultimate Eye, it's really a foundational eye product. It provides the critical lutein and zeaxanthin that should be defining of an eye product. In fact, until recently, most eye products didn't even contain them. Mine did, but most eye products did not. So ours contains lutein and zeaxanthin, also contains anthocyanin-containing plant-based molecules because anthocyanins are critical for our night vision. Also contains ingredients that help support healthy circulation to and from the eye, also support healthy moisture to the eye. So the Ultimate Eye is really our comprehensive eye health formula. In a moment, we'll probably switch over and talk about our Maximum L plus Z. Maximum L plus Z is a formula that we recently developed, and its origins came when I go twice a year to get the pressure in my eye checked, and twice a year to have my retinas looked at. Most people will do that once a year. I like to do it twice a year, but now it's something that's done. It takes 2 seconds to be done to measure the pressure of your eye to make sure you're not at risk of glaucoma, and to also look at the retina of your eye to make sure that there aren't any age-related changes in your retina that your doctor might need to intervene and talk to you about. But Maximum L plus Z was the result of my conversation with my doctor, saying, because he loves Ultimate Eye, loves the foundational formula, but for a lot of his patients as they get older, he wants to make a specific recommendation of a high potency booster of lutein and zeaxanthin. That extra amount of lutein and zeaxanthin, and the specific amount he said as a booster was 12 milligrams of lutein and 6 milligrams of zeaxanthin, and that's exactly what you get in this tiny little pretty colored capsule.
Right.
It's sort of it's like almost like a salmon colored.
Sure.
If I pierce it with a pin, it let's see if I can do this. They're tiny little capsules.
Really is small.
If I could do this little microsurgery here. Let's see if I can.
It's hypnotic watching this.
Oh, I did it. So that's just a tiny bit from the capsule.
Wow.
And what you'll see is how potent. It's on my finger a little bit, how that color is. And I'll get it all over my finger, but from that little drop, that's how potent.
Natural.
That is natural lutein and zeaxanthin. Lutein and zeaxanthin is naturally occurring. Where you see it a lot, the most common sources or rich sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, things like paprika, things like marigold flowers, so those orange and yellow colors, that's lutein and zeaxanthin. In fact, the macular region of our eye, technically the Latin name for that is macula lutea, which means yellow spot. So our body concentrates these carotenoids in the macular region of our eye, and it's the concentration of these pigments that are responsible for sharpness of our vision, protecting the most fragile part of the retina of our eye, and it's also responsible for the very color of that region of our eye.
Well, we don't have a lot of time here, and I do notice we've gone into our next hour. That means we are now T-minus 37 minutes until Andrew and I share with you our 2 finale items for 2019. 2 items that are my favorites for sure, and I know you'll love them as well. You've got to be here though at 9:40 Eastern time. We'll do them back to back at ridiculous prices. 9:40. Okay, I want to show you the pricing on Max L and Z, lutein and zeaxanthin, the 2 really important ingredients that are so significant, so vital for maintaining and giving our eyes what they need. $119.90 for the largest size, not inexpensive ingredients, of course. The normal pricing is $179.90. You save $60 on that one.
To give you a sense of potency, the average American probably gets between lutein and zeaxanthin around 1, maybe 2 milligrams a day, if they're lucky. This capsule gives 18.
Wow.
In other words, so basically the average American intake of lutein and zeaxanthin, 1 of these little capsules is about 10 days. So if you took 1 of these every 10 days, you basically doubled your intake. If you're taking 1 every day, and that's why it's this important booster. And the interesting thing is, I guess they all read the same medical journals, that just as my doctor was asking me if I could create this 12 and 6 lutein and zeaxanthin booster, we got numbers of calls in our call center here, in our customer service center here, and requests if we could make a booster that someone could take in addition to Ultimate Eye that provides 12 milligrams and 6 milligrams of lutein and zeaxanthin. So that's exactly what I did, and it's, given how expensive these ingredients are, this is actually a bargain for what this product is. And of course, I talked earlier about the stereoisomers, that you need to make sure that they're the proper stereoisomers of these molecules, that we, of course, follow the research, follow the clinical studies, and give you the exact molecules to deliver the benefit that the science talks about.
So we're going to head over this way to just kind of open up the details on collagen.
Great.
And then we're going to go for our walkabout so you get to see truly behind the scenes of where your vitamins are made.
Great.
There's yours, Andrew.
Okay.
It's still supersized.
I still have the larger one. We'll put it on in a moment here. But just quickly, we won't have a chance, we don't have glasses here to mix it up. But our collagen peptides, I talked about them briefly because collagen peptides will be part of our pet joint formula.
Right.
Well, and I think when it comes to collagen peptides, it's a toss-up whether people are getting it for the beauty of their skin, for reducing the appearance of wrinkles, for making greater elasticity, resiliency of our skin, radiance of our skin, or for me, it's all about the joints.
Right.
Because I'm someone who I hike, I run, I bike, so my joints are critical to my enjoyment of my life. So collagen peptides are just critical to me in that regard. So whether you, no matter who you are, the principal protein in the human body is collagen protein. And collagen protein is defining of the structure and function of the most critical tissues in our body, like our joints, like our skin, even the elasticity of our arteries and veins. So we want to make sure that if there's an opportunity to deliver collagen peptides, not just as a raw material, what this does that's even better, first of all, it's absorbable because collagen is normally a resistant protein.
Sure.
Normally, collagen couldn't be absorbed. Our collagen peptides have been proven to be absorbed in numerous clinical studies. Plus, it also plays a role as what's called a signaling protein. So not only is it there as a raw material for the tissues, whether it's your skin or your joints, to use them to rebuild and to renew and to repair those tissues, but it also provides a signaling, a stimulatory role where it says to your body, effectively, it gives a message saying, hey, we are here. Let's get the machinery going. We can now repair this joint tissue. We can now do work to repair the resiliency of your skin. So it plays not just the raw material role, it's the wonder of Mother Nature, the wonder of our natural God-given blueprint, that when those tissues, when those molecules are available, it also provides a signal saying, we're here, let's get the show on the road, let's get the machinery going.
Talking of that, we're going to put the show on the road right now.
Let's look at the machinery, yes.
So, Andrew, this journey in Henderson started 20 years ago?
It started actually about 25 years ago. We moved here partially 25 years ago and completely 23 years ago in 1996. So basically, and it was around my birthday, which is in February of 1996 when we moved here. And it was around the same time that we were going to HSN. So it was a recognition that as we were going to HSN and we were going to need to make an abundant variety of products, we couldn't continue to do that in Santa Monica because Santa Monica, unfortunately, has high humidity. And I refuse to use manufacturing additives. All other vitamins contain manufacturing additives. We do not. So we needed to be in a dry environment. And Henderson, Nevada is in the middle of the desert. So we're in a dry environment. So we have an opportunity to make all of our powders with no flowing agents, no lubricants at all. So it's just 100% pure.
After you, sir, I will follow the lead. And think, as Andrew shows us this, when was the last time somebody really showed you where your things were made?
And Muriel hasn't brought the puppies down. We have to find out where the puppies are.
I noticed they were missing.
But what's interesting is I don't think I've ever seen any factory where any product that I get is made. And I consider this, we've been doing this now for probably 20 years. We built this studio probably about 7 or 8 years ago.
Right.
That studio is an isolated glass sort of bubble. It has its own air supply. It's totally isolated. That's why we could do the shows here live while we're doing it in production. So as you see here, we have 3 different bottling lines producing various products. Here we're producing healthy hair, skin, and nails. There, we're producing essential omega-3. I think over there, yesterday, we were doing Ultimate Eye. And we're going to come back from the far side there. That's where we're going to come back through from after we'll do a big circle here.
Okay.
So this part of packaging is I consider what's called clean packaging for me because we're putting finished dosage forms into bottles.
Right.
And now as we walk along here, this is where we're dealing with raw powders. So as we go into here, we have first here, this is our packeting machine, this is where our vitamin C drinks will be made that you'll be seeing in the future.
Right.
And even some of our pet products that we might put in little packets, they would also be made here. So that's where our sweetener, our sucrose, our natural stevia sweetener is made. It's right now is being packaged. So these are our smaller blenders. And small is a relative term because that's a 75 cubic foot.
Pretty big to me, Andrew.
That's a 30 cubic foot, and I think that's a 15 cubic foot here. No, it's a 10 cubic foot here. So these are our smaller, all of them are cylindrical blenders. And these were the biggest blenders we had up until about 5 or 6 years ago.
Right.
So if we were doing, say, a large blend, we'd have to do dozens, if not 100 blends on that small blender.
Right.
But now we're going to come to 2 larger blenders. One is 300 cubic feet, another is 150 cubic feet, and eliminates the inefficiency. As you can see here, just we'll stop here quickly. This is the inbound warehouse. What you see here is a lot of bottles. If you look here, and we're looking at a lot of bottles because those bottles, when we do our meal replacement today special in January, these are the bottles. So obviously, we haven't even finished or started production for that, and that's only a month away. So that's how fresh our products always are. So this is our inbound warehouse. The other side is our outbound warehouse, and in between is where we transition things from raw material and packaging into finished products. Here's our 300 cubic foot monstrosity blender. It's an enormous blender. Look how tight the tolerances are all around it. But that blender allows us to eliminate the inefficiencies previously. And because every time we do a blend, we have to do a full lab analysis of everything pertaining to that blend.
Right.
So if you could do one big blend, it's much more efficient than doing dozens of blends. And this is another enormous 150 cubic foot blender. Imagine that full of powder. Imagine how many thousands of bottles of Secure you make, whereas in a small blender, you're making maybe just a few dozen.
Right.
And right now, this is our powder filling line. And as you can see, we have our new Secure. Our 100 meal size was always in a large plastic container. And it just wasn't this is much more environmentally efficient to be doing it in these bags. So this is our chocolate Secure. And for our Today special in January, great news because our pina colada has out of nowhere become one of our most popular flavors.
That's my favorite.
It's bizarre that it's become such a popular flavor. So for the first time in more than a decade, normally in January we do chocolate, vanilla, and coffee, which are our 3 most popular flavors.
Yes.
This year there'll be a full option to have pina colada as well.
Fabulous.
So we'll have chocolate, vanilla, coffee, and pina colada. This is a capsule machine, the likes of which I ran 40 years ago, because the first products, any of you getting original products from the company, those products were made by me because there was no one else. I was, as they call it, chief cook and bottle washer.
There you go.
So I ran a machine like this back in the day.
Oh my God.
And this is a semi-automatic machine. I actually ran a fully manual machine, which was fascinating. But this is where a semi-automatic, we still run several machines like this for very difficult to manufacture powders.
Amazing.
And this entire corridor here is all capsule machines.
Wow.
If you go all the way to the far side there, that's where, we could actually almost do it. But that's where we started.
When I
was showing everybody the blenders over there.
Yeah.
Sorry, am I making you guys crazy here?
I wish you could see the team of people we have doing this.
But I know. But originally, that's where we were a moment ago with the different blenders. We had, those are the smaller blenders there. And then we kept going around to the left. That was the larger blenders.
Yes.
So, and these rooms here are now capsule rooms here. So it's really a logical setup. Powders get blended there.
Yeah.
Powders can get filled into bags or bottles there. Powders go into capsules here.
Right.
And then all the equipment that needs to be cleaned comes here for cleaning. So this is an area that's totally dedicated to cleanup, because every time you run a capsule machine, every time you might run, say, whatever machine's out there, the blenders, everything has to be broken apart, cleaned, and then it actually has to be inspected to make sure there isn't a trace remaining. So we treat everything as carefully as if you were doing it yourself, probably even more carefully. And now we're back out onto our bottling floor. So this is again now sort of the clean packaging area where things are finished in capsules.
Yep.
And we put the capsules into bottles. Or we put capsules into packets and packets into bottles.
And you were saying this is going to be changing in the near future.
Oh, we just dramatically changed it now.
Right.
We used to have our tea room back there.
Yes, I remember.
Our tea room is now on the far side there. So we already, we're constantly rearranging. As you can see, bottling lines, it's sort of modular.
Yeah.
So as you add, what we will be changing that I alluded to the other day, right now we still use labels, apply labels the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
We're going to be changing our labeling technology.
Okay.
And going to pressure-sensitive labels.
And why is that? Is that better?
I think it's better. It's just a more complicated technology in some ways, but it will make our packaging better, I think.
Well, I hope
So
you
we're
enjoyed.
always improving. Hopefully I'm not, when I'm out there and all the equipment's going, I feel like I'm yelling. So hopefully I wasn't speaking too loud.
Seems very quiet in here now. I have to say.
No, but again, this room, a lot of folks have questioned, because they don't see the glass,
Right.
a lot of folks question that, thinks that, how could you be out on your manufacturing floor?
Right.
But the glass here is specifically angled so it doesn't cause reflection. It's also specifically produced so it minimizes the noise. So we're in the middle, we're literally in the middle of the factory floor with all those machines out there noisily doing their thing.
You never know.
And it's quiet here in the studio. But it affords everyone an opportunity that I think rarely any of us get to see. These are products you put in your body. You deserve to get full disclosure, to see where everything's made. And we're very proud. In fact, I probably will misquote it, but we recently just had, the typical inspections that it's not like most companies, I think, dread getting inspected.
Of course.
It's an opportunity for us to show off the investment here. And when we get inspected, we generally get feedback, the likes of which they've never seen a facility like this ever. And I think usually my response when I hear that is that's exactly what I want to hear. That's what we're proud of. And so we should,
It's a credit to
we
you.
welcome whatever FDA or the regulators, when they come in to look at our facility, we hope we do everything not just to meet expectations, but to exceed expectations, because not just for them, but that's what you deserve. So we take our role very, very seriously. And unlike other companies, perhaps, we also take the regulations and the rules very seriously, and we always intend, as I said, to not just meet them, but to exceed them.
Well, we are going to wrap up, of course. Many of you have been ordering this while we took the tour.
Right.
We're going to head over this way. Oh, we're doing turmeric here. Oh, fabulous. Okay, perfect.
Oh, good. Turmeric it's just one of my favorite ingredients, one of my favorite products. It's sort of what I call it, sort of the natural, soothing, botanical. Most people reach for it. A lot of folks reach for it because of its liver detoxifying, also for its supportive benefits for the brain. But I think most frequently people are reaching for turmeric because of its role in terms of its being soothing for our joints.
Yes.
That it shares some of the physiologic and biochemical properties of even some of the clinical type of medications when they look at what their chemical mechanisms are in the body, that turmeric actually shares some of those chemical mechanisms. So it's not a drug, it's not a medicine, it just happens to have an incredibly, a wonderful, natural, soothing property when it comes to our joints.
And more people are knowing about it, learning about it, hearing about it. Turmeric is red hot in the marketplace. Our pricing, just so you know, is extra special savings again for the right standardization of the turmeric.
And that's the key when it comes to turmeric. It's more than even standardization, because the typical product will be standardized to 95% curcuminoids.
Okay.
So that's fairly straightforward. But what you then have to do is you have to figure out how do you modify that product to make those curcuminoids really absorbable,
right,
available, bioavailable as they call it, beneficial to you. There's two ways to do that are the most well established. One way is by adding black pepper spice called piperine.
Okay.
It works, it improves the bioavailability of curcuminoids, of turmeric, but at the same time it can be irritating, and at the same time also it can affect the absorption of certain drugs, and I don't think that's what dietary supplements should really involve themselves in. The other way to do it, which which is very, very straightforward, takes a specific page right out of the Asian or the Indian cookbook, is all you have to do is if you complex, and you don't do it with heat, if you complex turmeric and its curcuminoids with lecithin, with phosphatidylcholine, with a fat, a phospholipid, a healthy phospholipid that's healthy for the brain and healthy for the liver. So you also get other benefits. But that phospholipid being combined with the curcuminoids, it dramatically increases their bioavailability by almost 3,000%. So that's the way I've chosen to do it, and I've always chosen to do it, because as much as the black pepper spice works, it works in a fashion that I think has too many negatives associated with it. So I'd rather go with a method that is entirely natural and doesn't have any negatives whatsoever associated with it.
Go to Google, type in turmeric, and see the list, and it's a long list of benefits that people seem to be experiencing day in and day out with a fabulous turmeric product. If you'd like to order, again, go for the try me size if you so desire. I'm just a big believer that if you're going to do something, let's do it in the right way. So turmeric products that are out there are not necessarily as good as this. We are T-minus 20 minutes before Andrew and I have our finale. 2 products back to back, 2 of my all-time favorites as we say goodbye to 2019 with Andrew Lessman. I cannot wait to share them with you. It will be first come, first served. It's going to be really exciting. Not much longer to wait, I promise. Just 20 minutes or 19 minutes from now. So we have our turmeric available. Soothing, I think, is the key word that we seem to certainly go to time and time again with turmeric. There's a lot there. This is the most exceptional in the world. And I think for many of us who are looking for natural ways to help combat some of the issues that we all struggle with the aging process, this is going to be a fantastic opportunity to try it. You've got to try it to see it, though, to feel the benefits. Everything we're offering tonight, you have till the end of January. I'm very conscious of the fact that many of you who have been watching Andrew for the past 48 hours might have things in your cart. It might be healthy hair, skin and nails, or ultimate eye, or circulation and vein support. The pricing is ending for the rest of the year. So anything that you want to shop for, it's worth doing. I'm going to head over this way to our next item, which I believe we're going to be, are we doing Choco Nouveau? Oh, good. I'm feeling a little like I've got a bit of a case of the munchies right now. Something, because Andrew had all that soup earlier, and he wasn't really sharing much of it with me. I only had 1 spoonful.
I was hungry.
But it's okay.
My mother never taught me to share. I'll blame my mom.
No, I understand. It was delicious.
But I gave you a spoonful.
You did.
And Muriel thought I gave you the same spoon, so it wasn't the same spoon.
Eyebrows were raised. I saw that. We need to talk about chocolate, and we're going to start by saying, and Andrew and I mentioned this yesterday, in front of us we have the most delicious gourmet chocolate in the world today. Whatever your palate, whatever your taste, whatever your preference, Andrew, we all seem to love chocolate.
Well, and it's been that way since, what is it? I think it was Hernando Cortez.
There you go.
I think it was Hernando Cortez who brought chocolate back from the New World, probably, whatever, 400 years ago. And we've had a love affair with it ever since. Originally, it was associated with being sinful and decadent. Now we know that dark chocolate actually is the richest source of protective compounds of any of the foods, like if we look at, say, green tea,
yes,
and we know how rich in protective compounds green tea is, chocolate is richer. We know how rich red wine is in protective compounds. Chocolate is richer. And then you take my chocolate, which adds a cholesterol-lowering ingredient, which I always feel like I have to apologize about it. That cholesterol-lowering ingredient makes our dark chocolate, it makes it better. In fact, is that a 74 or 91?
It is a 74.
And a 74, typically a 74% dark chocolate would be dry and brittle.
Sure.
Our 74% dark chocolate melts in your mouth like milk chocolate. Our 91% dark chocolate melts in your mouth like milk chocolate. It is one of the most surprising experiments that I ever conducted a number of years ago that resulted in the creation of this product, where I started with plant sterol esters. And plant sterol esters are something I was familiar with when we made our original cholesterol-lowering product, which originally we had a product called Cholesticare. And Cholesticare originally was in a liquid. And it was this kind of gel-like liquid that we put in soft gel capsules. It behaves exactly like fat. It looks exactly like fat. So nowadays, we use something called a plant sterol. It's a powder. Same molecule, just slightly different. Plant sterol, plant sterol ester. But plant sterol esters are very expensive, so for about 20 years, they were all but forgotten because if people wanted to lower cholesterol, they used plant sterols, not plant sterol esters. But I thought, what if I took the plant sterol esters that look just like fat, and what if I mixed them with dark chocolate? The way you make milk chocolate is you mix milk and milk fat with dark chocolate, you end up with milk chocolate.
Right.
The creaminess of milk chocolate comes from the milk fat. The creaminess of my chocolate comes from plant sterol esters, which behave exactly as milk fat does with milk chocolate, so it makes my dark chocolate have the texture of milk chocolate, but it lowers your cholesterol dramatically, and you have a choice: 66%, which is basically a milk chocolate like chocolate, 74% is sort of the happy medium, 91% is the richest, darkest, almost pure cacao. But again, I always say I feel like I have to apologize for its health benefits, and I think if I only spoke about this product and simply said, each 26-calorie square represents the best tasting, creamiest, which is not a word you associate with dark chocolate. That's what you associate with milk chocolate. But the creamiest, best tasting dark chocolate in the world, I think this product would be even more popular than it is today, because I think most of us think, oh, I only take it if I have a cholesterol problem.
Right.
No, even if you don't have a cholesterol problem, it's healthy, it's not a drug, it's not a medicine. Kids can enjoy it. It's 100% without side effects or issues or warnings or anything like that. It just happens to be not just the most delicious chocolate in the world, but the most heart healthy. And you have a money-back guarantee until January 31st. So now's a great time to try it and fall in love with it, because, by the way, it will only be available until April. This product is only available between October and April of each year.
Right.
Because unlike other dark chocolate, it actually is so creamy that it melts. So we cannot ship this product between May and September. It literally goes away. We go out of the Choco Nouveau business for 6 months of the year. So this is one of those opportunities when we have it at special pricing and a chance to try something totally unexpected, that a heart-healthy dark chocolate is actually a delicious dark chocolate.
If you and I and Andrew were to go to the mall, to the gourmet chocolate store, and we kind of looked through the beautiful casing, and we said, well, I'll have one of those and one of those, one of those. You know how expensive that gourmet chocolate is. We're offering today between 10 and 180 servings at a phenomenal price. Now think about, for the holidays, friends, family come over, let's offer them some of the Choco Nouveau. I'll tell you, it's an icebreaker. It gets people talking. It's a conversation starter, and they will not believe that they are eating gourmet chocolate that is good for you, that can help lower cholesterol. I'm going to tell you a secret. One of our finale items that's coming up in about 10 minutes, one of them is ginkgo and ginseng. Very rarely on TV, we're going to do it. The other one, I can't tell you, but it's coming up. Two of my all-time favorite items from Andrew are on the way as we say goodbye to 2019. When it comes to Choco Nouveau, this broke all the rules. It changed everything. This is a product that nobody really ever imagined could be possible. What I know Andrew is as proud of, not just the health benefits, is that you agreed that the thousands of reviews, the hundreds of reviews, now into the thousands, have made this a huge customer pick, because flavor is everything. It could be the healthiest in the world, but if it doesn't taste good, we won't eat it, Andrew.
Oh, you've got
So the worst time, he has a mouthful of Choco Nouveau.
But it's when it comes to Choco Nouveau, it's dark chocolate. I knew dark chocolate it's the only healthy way to deliver chocolate, dark chocolate, because milk chocolate doesn't have the same quantity of protective compounds.
Right.
But I sort of realized, okay, I'm going to make a product that might not be finally a customer pick, a perfectly reviewed product. Most Americans prefer by far milk chocolate, followed by white chocolate, then dark chocolate. So all of ours are 66 or 74 or 91. These are dark, dark chocolate. But again, it came from South and Central America. South and Central America means that it's not going to be as bitter. It's going to be rich, but it's not going to be as bitter. And then again, because it's not as rich, we get low levels of sugar, which is great, because none of us want to be consuming abundant amounts of sugar. That certainly violates my dietary tenets and principles if we start consuming a lot of sugar. But this chocolate, with the cholesterol-lowering ingredient, it simply has become the best tasting chocolate you're going to try. And again, it comes with a money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose. If you don't love it, just take it and ship it directly back to HSN. But it's a product that delivers in a fashion that is just totally, totally unexpected. Even for me, I didn't realize that this, when we did all the development work, that it would come out not just good, but beyond our wildest dreams, great. In terms of lowering cholesterol, you could read the reviews 10, 15, 20%. But as I was saying before, I expected this would be a product that, okay, if we could average 3 stars, that means most people love it, and some people don't. But most Americans don't like dark chocolate, so what could I expect? But I think it's 4.3 or 4.4 stars. I think it averages about 90% positive reviews, and hundreds of the reviews say, I normally don't like dark chocolate, or I usually hate dark chocolate, but this dark chocolate I love. It's different. You should give it a try.
Andrew, you mentioned Cholesterol. I know we only have a 60-second mention of this, but it is another product dedicated to really helping you. I'm going to keep talking while he munches away on this, but for your cholesterol.
So I took the rest of the piece of chocolate. I figured I had a chance now. But Cholesterol contains the active ingredient, but in the powder form, the active ingredient that's present in Choco Nuvo. So if you wanted to have, say, Choco Nuvo following a couple of meals, you could have a capsule of Cholesterol with another meal. And again, if you look at Cholesterol, say on the 360 capsule supply, it's $79.
Yep.
That means it's a little bit more than 20 cents a capsule. So figure every piece of chocolate has the equivalent of that 20 cents in it.
Right.
So that gives you a sense of, if you look at the chocolate was about 40 or 50 cents a piece, the chocolate is really affordable if you consider the fact that you're getting a very expensive cholesterol-lowering ingredient. In fact, the cholesterol-lowering ingredient present in the chocolate is about triple the price of the ingredient in the powder.
Wow.
So it just gives you a sense of how affordable. Hey guys, hey buddy.
There they are.
Where were you guys?
Oh, I missed
Where were you, Link? It's Marcel.
Oh, look at the
It's
sweater.
Oh, he's got a little sweater on.
Oh my gosh,
It's a little chill. It's a little chilly out here.
The most fashionable dogs in town, that's what they are.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing the guys down.
It's not the same without them.
Yes.
They add so much character to this. I love it.
They brighten the show.
Okay, we're going to go over this way, Mr. Lessman. Okay.
What? Oh, I think immune factors or fibromucil. Which
this
one?
way? It's this way.
So, yeah.
Thank goodness you're here, Andrew. I'm all over the place.
It's okay. It's fun. I like where we have these.
Hi. Look at you.
What, Link? Hey, buddy.
Look at you.
Do I have any treats? Oh, you heard the word. You guys.
You know it. All eyes.
Can you give me a high five, Link? Thank you. Marcel, can I have a high five? Thank you. Oh, so these are the guys. These are all. Normally, I say we do no animal testing on any of our products. The only animals we test on are human beings.
Right.
But now, when it comes to our pet products, those guys are the guinea pigs. And Lincoln's been enjoying the benefits. Well, he's been taking CoQ10, Ultimate I, basically glucosamine chondroitin, collagen peptides. He's been enjoying those products for years. And Lincoln's 12. He's still, when I go out running, biking, hiking, he still goes with me.
He keeps up with
I don't take him. He used to do 20, 25, 30-mile rides and things with me. He's not riding on the bike, he's running. But he's talented, but not that talented. But now, like all of us, like me, I don't do the same things I used to do 20 or 30 years ago. So I make sure that that he does more reasonable things. It's, as I always say, it applies to humans and it applies to dogs. When people ask what makes a healthy dog, I say it's a dog at its ideal weight, that's active and hungry.
There you go.
One of the most important qualities we could learn to cultivate and learn to enjoy as a human being is being hungry. If we spend a good chunk of the time hungry, it means we're probably not eating too much, and that's a good thing.
Wise words, Andrew.
Yes.
Wise words.
After I just did well, I'll talk about this. Maybe I'll write a blog about it one of these days. I just did, a few weeks ago, I did a 1-week water fast.
Now, what does that mean?
I just drank water. I had no calories for 1 week. It was one of the more interesting, powerful experiences of my life.
Were you starving by the end of it?
No, not at all. I actually could have continued. The hardest days are the first 2 days. The first couple of days are the more difficult days. Actually, as you go, and all of us, if our ancestors didn't have the capacity to go weeks or even a month or so without eating, none of us would be alive. So much as we are trained to constantly feed our faces. It's coded into our DNA to function at our very best when we're hungry, and even really at our best when we're starving.
That's amazing. Will you do a blog about it? I'd love to read about it.
There's all sorts of interesting information. I'm someone I've been an intermittent faster, meaning I typically eat 8 hours of the day and don't eat for 16 hours of the day.
Right.
But I've been doing that since I was in my early 20s.
Wow.
So it's something that I've always done.
It's such an intriguing topic.
It's not for everyone, but just something that I thought I'd try and experience, and it's not something you do if you have underlying health conditions or things, but it felt great, and as a result I felt great, and I'm breaking all my PRs and all my hiking and mountain biking trails, so it's all good.
Andrew is my inspiration, as you can tell everybody. He looks amazing, as he always does.
Yeah.
I want to say to you, we are about 7 minutes away from our 2 finale items. I told you one of them is going to be ginkgo and ginseng. The other one, well, it's to do, I won't give the game away, but before we get there, very important this time of year, immune factors.
Well, immune factors, this is our nutritional and botanical, so it's both plant-based and both nutrient-based product that supports the immune system. What speaks most clearly about the unique properties of this product is how exceptionally well reviewed it is. I think it's something like 4.8 stars.
Wow.
4.8 stars, which means that if you do the math, 4.8 stars means that I think over 90% of the reviews are 5-star reviews, and positive reviews are probably 97 or 98%. So it's a product that truly does deliver in terms of a comprehensive it gives you the vitamin C, the B complex, it gives you echinacea, golden seal in the proper standardized forms, it gives you astragalus, mushroom complex. So it gives you all of the tools to support your immune system. And again, remember, that's the only tool we have. Everybody's looking for a cure for the common cold or a cure for the flu. The only cure out there is our immune system. So it's what's incumbent upon us this time of year is to do everything we possibly can to support our immune system. And that's getting hydration, making sure we drink plenty of fluid, making sure we stay healthy and active, eat a healthy diet, all those things.
Well, that brings us to our ultimate friendly flora as well, which is available. I love talking about this. Again, we don't have a lot of time, but Andrew, a huge leap forward. This is something that has also evolved over the years.
Well, probiotics is something that I've been looking at and working on for over 30 years, but probably close to 40 years. But our first probiotic product that shows how hard a work it was probably was only introduced a little bit under 20 years ago.
Wow.
And the reason why is I recognized that it wasn't practical for me to make a probiotic product that required refrigeration. So I had to make a product that could be reliably utilized that didn't require refrigeration. Also, I didn't want to get into all of the tweaky, sort of strange varieties and strange and claims and things like that, because there's a group of strains that are the familiar strains.
Yes.
The Lactobacillus acidophilus, the Bifidobacterium lactis. There are these specific strains that have an abundance of clinical studies in terms of supporting our digestive system, supporting our immune system, and that's what we focused on. We focused on the abundance of clear research. We focused on species and strains that are validated to not require refrigeration, to go to work in your digestive system, survive the acid in your stomach, to implant themselves and become the friendly flora living happy, friendly life. And again, one thing to remember, we have more organisms, more friendly flora organisms in our colon than we have cells in the human body.
Amazing.
So if you ever think that your digestive system and the organisms that populate it aren't important, remember you're outnumbered by them.
Right.
And that's how important they are. They're important in their numbers, they're important in their role in terms of digestion, the connection to our brain. We talk about the probiotics and their role in terms of neurotransmitters and how our brain functions. So there's almost no part of the human body and our functions that escapes the impact of probiotics.
And for so many of us, we more than ever now, with things that we're doing, things that we're taking, we need this.
Well, unfortunately, our diet is essentially sterilized. And our diet is sterilized because our food is so commercialized that we have to sort of sterilize it to avoid pathogens, to avoid disease-causing bacteria. But in sterilizing our diet, we've removed all these wonderful life-sustaining, health-sustaining, digestion-sustaining organisms important for our immune system. So we need to repopulate. And then the other thing we do, unfortunately, is the foods that are the best food for our friendly flora. if we want to treat them well so they could treat us well, we'd be eating a diet rich in cruciferous vegetables and fruits and legumes, the things that are just wonderfully healthy foods that deliver the fructooligosaccharides that they love to eat, but unfortunately, we do not. So our food supply is sterilized, our diet doesn't deliver the nutrients necessary to sustain a healthy, comprehensive population. So really, we're stuck having to reconstitute the population with a product like this.
And this works wonderfully, let me tell you. Pricing, like we've said all night long, it's ending because this is the last show of the year for Andrew at $30, $60, $90 or $180. Let's get this now because this is a product that can really make a difference. Saves you $40 on the largest size. We're going to head over that way, I believe, Andrew.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So Andrew just mentioned cruciferous vegetables. I don't want to kind of give the game away, but that's one of our big surprises coming up.
Yeah, well, we have fruitful antioxidant extracts and cruciferous extracts, which in the winter, we don't tend to eat an abundance of those foods. So these are standardized extracts giving you the protective compounds from those foods. But speaking about something that feeds the probiotics, feeds the friendly flora in our body, the fiber present in fiber mucil, that's one of the things it does. In addition to being the most wonderful product you'll ever reach for in terms of a mild, gentle tool for regularity, and there's no better fiber in terms of gently supporting your regularity. But also, the fiber present in this product is a natural food for the probiotic organisms that we want to sustain.
Fiber mucil, it's, you know, we talk about loving to hate or hating to love. People are surprised by this product because they adore this product and how important it is for us. If you've tried other products similar to this in the past and you've not been happy, you're not alone. Many people have that experience. This is something that, again, you try to find a way around it.
No, as powerful as it is, it's equally mild. But as I always say, that it's sort of Mother Nature doesn't present us with problems for which she generally doesn't have a more than adequate solution. So unfortunately, with our diet, we don't get a lot of fiber in the American diet. We tend to not drink. We tend to not also drink a lot of fluid, which I constantly try to do. Drink plenty of fluid because that's also a critical part of regularity. And the consequences of of being constipated, say, if those are not the sorts of things that we want to embrace. A lifetime of being constipated is uncomfortable, unpleasant, and also associated with different risks to our health. So if there's a simple means of sustaining regularity, and that really is all about eating a diet rich in fiber, which virtually none of us do, and then we think green leafy vegetables rich in fiber. Unfortunately, not really. Salads, green leafy vegetables, not a great source of fiber. Better source of fiber are things like legumes, beans, seeds. Those are better. Legumes are a better source of fiber. And our fiber mucil, it's the mildest natural ultrafine powder psyllium husk fiber you're going to find anywhere, and it naturally allows your body, what it does is it naturally allows your body to use it to keep things moving, keep things flowing, and at the same time cleansing the inside, basically the colon as it moves through.
How many would you take?
If you're starting off, simply 1 or 2 capsules with a meal, with each meal. If you had 1 capsule with each meal, you might think that's so little, and especially you look at this product, it's pennies a capsule. But 1 or 2 capsules with each meal, you really just inch up on what you need, and this is not a laxative. This is not something that's going to have an explosive impact on you, and it's not going to cause gas or bloating. So it's just a simple, easy to swallow capsule, small, simple, easy to swallow capsule. And as I show you here, as I open this capsule, there we go, it's a small capsule, and it really is like dust, as you see. And the reason why, the finer that powder is, the milder it becomes. The finer that powder is, the more water and moisture it can absorb, and it becomes like this soft, gentle sponge moving through you. And we basically, what we want to have moving through us, we don't want rocks moving through us. We want a soft, gentle sponge moving through us. And that's what a fiber-rich diet creates, and that's exactly what this identifies it as. It's just a pure source of fiber.
Thank you for all of your orders and your calls. Pricing $60, $180, $360, $720 or the 1,000 caps.
Less than 9 cents a capsule on the large size. Just as I said, pennies a capsule.
All right, let's do it. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. The first of our 2 grand finale items as we round out 2019. I was so thrilled that the team did this. If you are not eating enough great fruits or vegetables, these two products are here to the rescue. Andrew was just talking about leafy cruciferous vegetables. We have Fruitful and we have Cruciferous. Get this as a stocking stuffer for your husband or your son, daughter, wife. You know they're not eating the proper diet. Get them something that will give them what their body needs. I want to quickly take you through the pricing. This is going to be huge, folks. I never say this, but I will say it for this and our next item. Run to the phone to order. We're doing extra special savings for the finale. $30.60, $180 or $360, $89.90 for Fruitful, and if you look at Cruciferous,
same
it's
pricing.
the same.
Same pricing, and basically all these products are 100% pure.
Yes.
So with Fruitful, it's just a capsule full of each and every one of these standardized extracts, whether it's acai berry with 3 different standardizations, bilberry extract, black elder extract, cranberry extract, grapeskin extract, pomegranate extract, blueberry extract, and all of these are sophisticated standardizations. Right. Cherry extract, chokeberry extract, grapeseed extract, raspberry concentrate extract, resveratrol, 20 milligrams of pure resveratrol, strawberry extract, blackberry extract, standardized for anthocyanins, apple extract, standardized for 75% polyphenols, and because so many fruits contain a little vitamin C, we give you a little bonus of vitamin C. But it's all 100% pure, and to show the power of this product is if I just take one capsule, again, it shows the power of natural ingredients.
Look at this.
And this is just one capsule, and this is probably a pitcher that's full of a little bit more than a gallon of water.
It's a lot of water.
And
there's your red drink, everybody.
So if you're wondering what color our berry vitamin C drink, if we'll be able to color it, and within a matter of moments, it's now dark purple. That will get almost black, almost opaque. That's how powerful the pigments. And mind you, the reason why it's important on our Fruitful antioxidants is because those pigments, the power is the pigments. Those protective compounds, their power is the pigment, the anthocyanins, the polyphenols. So when we look at spices, the power is the pungency of those spices. But when you look at the pigments here, you're looking at, I mean, look at that. You could hardly see my hand behind.
So good for
and
you,
that's
though.
one small capsule in a gallon. So that's 100% pure, beneficial compounds. No binders or fillers or additives or anything. It's just 100% pure. And then if we were to look at the cruciferous extracts, very, very difficult product to put together.
And this is what got me started on it, because I was not eating enough of these vegetables, Andrew.
And it's hard to find standardized extracts of, say, broccoli extract, standardized for sulforaphane,
yes.
Red cabbage extract, standardized for polyphenols and anthocyanins as well, mustard seed extract, standardized for glucosinolates, wasabi for glucosinolates, Brussels sprouts and kale for glucosinolates. So these are the key. There's not less than 8,000 micrograms or 8 milligrams of glucosinolates per capsule, which is an enormous amount of glucosinolates. So if you're someone or you know someone who's not eating those purple fruits and berries, who's not eating those cruciferous vegetables, those are arguably, if someone said to you, what are the healthiest fruits in the world? They'd probably say those purple berries, blueberries, raspberries, cherries, things that we have in that product.
Right.
If they said, what are the healthiest vegetables in the world? They probably say cruciferous vegetables.
Yes.
And what defines those healthy cruciferous vegetables? Sulforaphane, glucosinolates, and that's exactly what we standardized all of those extracts for. So that's why in the winter, when so many of these, our diet sort of changes and shifts away from these healthy foods, this is an opportunity to get those healthy compounds.
700 and beyond now, ordering on the phone and online. This is our first of 2 mega specials for the finale with Andrew. On the way next, ginkgo and ginseng, never on TV virtually. We're going to do that as our last item. If you only buy one of these, buy the cruciferous vegetables. I wasn't eating enough vegetables. Who in your family, maybe it's you, is not eating enough vegetables? This is the best gift, not for yourself, but for everybody. Because the one thing that we all agree on is that we all want to live as happy and healthy and as long life as possible. Andrew, this is an affordable way to get the finest combination.
And the way I look at it, if you're someone who, and the way I take these 2 products, I track my diet. So if I'm having my berry smoothie in the morning, I don't have my fruitful antioxidant extracts. But if I'm having a day where I'm not having those anthocyanin-rich foods, and I know how important they are, I get the research, I can't avoid the science, so I don't want to be without these ingredients. And if it's a day where I'm not having cruciferous vegetables, then you can be sure I take a capsule of the cruciferous extract. So again, it's sort of like omega-3s. If you have an abundance of fish on a daily basis, you don't need your omega-3s. So you can use your dietary supplements just as their name intends, dietary supplements. Unfortunately, most of us, the ingredients in the fruitful antioxidant extracts or the ingredients in the cruciferous extracts, these are not things that are staples in our diet.
Yes.
And again, when you see that gallon of water and the color that one single capsule imparts,
Powerful.
it gives you a sense of how powerful. And we don't design it to color that water. It just so happens when you look at the polyphenols from grapeskin, the anthocyanins from black elder and from bilberry and from acai berry, these are unbelievably powerful protective compounds. And as they say, the power is the pigment. And the pigment, there's no lying when you look at the color there.
It's so important to me that, you know, because you watch Andrew and you see wonderful products, and I've learned so much over the past few years. I have certain favorites. Now, I am never without my cruciferous or without my fruitful. I know there's a lot of options and things to choose from, but this is such an easy one, an obvious one. It's good for you, it's better for you, it's feeding your body what it needs. Put this in a stocking for somebody you love, who you know does not have the best diet, who you know won't even go near a vegetable. Right. This will give them something that can only do good.
Or fruit. And these are, the real origin of these products was there was great what they call epidemiologic research. And epidemiologic research is where they look at large populations and they look at behaviors in those large populations. And we know if people smoke in a large population, we know there's bad things associated with that. If they're overweight or obese, we know there's problems associated with that. But the observations were that people who had ate an abundance of those red fruits and berries, there were positive health associations with that. People who ate an abundance of cruciferous vegetables and the important compounds they contain, there were positive associations with that. That was the blueprint for this product, just following the science.
It's amazing, and I'm thrilled that 1,000 people are now ordering. We're getting limited, obviously, as you'd imagine. It's been a big year with Andrew. Lots of new product launches from Soleil and Sucrese and so many exciting things. This is something I always go back to. It's affordable, it's easy. I take one per day. I love what Andrew said. If you have maybe a fruit smoothie on a morning, well, don't take fruitful that day. But the cruciferous extracts is wonderful, and it's easy to do.
Even for me, people ask, oftentimes, I often don't eat breakfast, but if I do, what I'll typically have is I do my berry smoothie, which are, you know, typical red berries, a little banana, some pineapple, great digestive enzymes. I put in my collagen peptides, I put in my whey protein. Yep. My other smoothie that I often make is sometimes a papaya and pineapple and banana smoothie. Nice. Again, because of all the enzymes they contain. And I put in my whey protein, I put in my collagen peptides. So that's something that I'll typically do for my fruits. Also a great source of fiber.
Do something good for you.
Yes.
Well, this is it. It's time to say goodbye with our final item for 2019. And out of all the choices, I am over the moon that it is ginkgo and ginseng. It's very rarely on television, Andrew. On when I get messages and emails, people ask me about this. I love this, and I'm thrilled this is it.
I think it's actually only been on television 3 or 4 times.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a product that I think it's virtually perfectly reviewed.
It is.
Because it's been on TV only a short amount of time, a few times. I think there's probably about 100 reviews or something on this product. And I think the reviews, I think it's something like 4.7, 4.8 stars, I'm not sure. But it's a product that what we did is we took the 2 most important, at least in terms of a modern perspective, sort of the tonic Chinese herbs. Ginseng. Ginseng has been combating fatigue. It's been a tonic for energy in China for thousands of years. Ginkgo as well. Ginkgo in modern science is now looked at as being very important in terms of brain function, memory, and it also, both of these have to be properly standardized. You have to be very, as a company like mine, you have to be very careful. Even if things like ginkgo and ginseng, the best source of those ingredients come from Asia, obviously. one has to be doubly careful, and hopefully I'm not saying anything that's inappropriate. You have to be doubly careful when you're getting ingredients from certain places in the world. As I say, even if I'm getting something from the most trusted company in the world, we still validate everything. Every raw material that comes into our factory, we validate that that ingredient meets every specification and every standard before it ever gets near production. Everything is quarantined before it goes into production.
It's important.
So what's really unique about our ginseng and ginkgo product is just the lengths we go to validate that these are, as important as these ingredients are, they meet the modern standards for what we expect ginseng and ginkgo to contain, to deliver the benefits of the terpene lactones, the ginkgo flavone glycosides. It contains those specific ingredients because there's been lots of things written recently where products actually didn't deliver what they were supposed to deliver. So we are exceedingly careful.
Stress, fatigue, a hard day at the office. This, for me, when I discovered it, it's made such a difference in my life. Ginkgo and ginseng, this powerful combo. I know it's very rarely on TV. I think this is only the third ever time I've presented it in the 4 years that I've been working with Andrew. I want to show you the pricing because we're rapidly running out. The 240 caps is $67.90. A tiny price for something that has, for me anyway, an impact on my life, Andrew.
And when we look at sort of botanicals, when we look at plant-based, these natural, traditional plant-based ingredients, virtually every culture, you could go throughout Europe, you can go back a couple of thousand years. Every culture around South and Central America, Africa. But I think in China, perhaps they were doing it longer than anyone. And ginseng and ginkgo really has just a tremendous amount of history, a tremendous amount of sort of traditional science behind it. But then even better than that, there's just an abundance of modern science examining the role that ginseng has in supporting us in terms of our mental function, in terms of memory, concentration, mental acuity, and certainly when it comes to ginkgo in terms of mental acuity and memory. So these are ingredients, as I often say, if you feel as though, we were talking before about CoQ10 and how CoQ10 supports energy production in all of the trillions of cells in our body. What ginseng and ginkgo, these are not stimulants. What they are, and I like the word that they use sort of more in sort of Chinese medicine circles, they're tonics.
Yes.
They're sort of these natural ingredients that support you and help combating fatigue in a natural fashion.
I've always enjoyed listening to Andrew and kind of learning more about, Eastern medicine, Eastern cultures, Eastern ways, and taking a page out of that kind of ideology to bring us a product that is all natural, that is all pure, and is so powerful. Fatigue, mental acuity, stress. How many of us are stressed? This is a product that for me, it seems to relax and ease that kind of stress away. It's brilliant. I mean, out of all the things tonight, and I asked Andrew and the team if we could end on this, because this for me is just a treasure. It's an
affordable product.
It is.
You only need to take one capsule, at most 2 capsules a day. Most folks just take 1 capsule because it's so high potency. The standardization is so high. We also deliver small amounts of B-complex just in case you might not be taking a multivitamin. But again, it's a product that's designed to gently and naturally provide those feelings of well-being. And I think if you look back at sort of the traditional literature on ginseng and ginkgo, that's what they talk about. It's not designed to be a stimulant like when you take an espresso or a cup of coffee. What it's designed to be is just this natural tonic, this natural feeling of well-being that it provides. And that's, if you read the reviews on this product, that's exactly what you see. And the only reason there's, for most products that would be a lot of reviews, the only reason there's only about 100 reviews is that this is a product, this is probably only the 4th time we featured it, and the product has only existed for a few years. Right. We had separate ginseng and separate ginkgo, but we got a number of requests that so many people take both of them that we should combine them.
I'd love you to try it because I think you'll be in awe of how this makes you feel. You have till the end of January, of course, with our extended return policy. Well over 1,000 people are ordering. That's why our quantity count was jumping 5 and 10 a minute.
At the rate we're going, we will not have. We will run out. And again, you're saving as much as you're spending tonight. So it's fantastic savings on the product. I'm hoping it will just take another week or 2 to get to you, so it'll get to you quickly because we'll likely run out of this product before in the next couple of minutes. But as with all the products, we make them. and I know we'll be able to make enough to satisfy whatever demand we have.
The word that stuck out to me that you just said is well-being, and for me this is a well-being product.
Well, and that's often what's described, those positive feelings of well-being, sort of positive outlook, that it's not a stimulant.
No.
It's not designed to boost your energy as much as it's designed to gently provide positive feelings of well-being, help to naturally combat fatigue. That's sort of how the sort of that Eastern traditional medical approach is. It's not a drug, it's not a medicine, it's just designed to support us in a natural way and help us feel better.
This will help you get through the busy, crazy, festive period and into the new year.
Yeah, and that's what I always say. The holidays are, what was it Charles Dickens said, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. For me, that's the absolute insanity that the holidays are. Very fun insanity.
Well, Andrew, it is always the best of times, and here's to another wonderful year.
Thank you, Adam. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
When will we see you again?
Middle of January, I'll be back. And in the meantime, everyone have wonderful, healthy, just marvelous holidays at the end of the year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and may 2020 be a wonderful, healthy, happy year for everyone.
Perfectly said. From Andrew Lessman and the entire team here in Henderson, Nevada, we're wishing you a wonderful evening. Thank you for tuning in. Stay in the ordering process for Ginkgo and Ginseng. Thank you, everybody.